Okay, so in this video, I'm going to offer some clarification on a recent report that was released out of Social Security that pertains to the program as a whole and, of course, the finances of all the beneficiaries, the 70+ million people who receive monthly checks administered by Social Security and rely on this money as well. This, in my opinion, is very important. This is a report that we get only once every year, and it was just released a few weeks ago, but I received a number of questions about this, and I want to clarify exactly what's going on, simply because the report, when it was originally released, came out looking pretty good, very promising. I agree. But as we dig into the details of the report a little bit further, we can clearly see that maybe the report came out not as great as what they led us to believe from the very start here, and exactly why I want to clarify this, because I've had some people reaching out saying, I'm confused. I'm hearing one thing from one person. I'm hearing something else from somebody else. I'm hearing the headline something else. Again, can you clarify exactly what's going on? So yes, exactly what I'm going to do here for you in this video. There's a bunch of different numbers, a bunch of different dollar amounts, a bunch of different percentages, and a bunch of different figures that I do want to share with you. But I think I should be able to clarify exactly what I'm talking about here in this video and what it means for the program, as well as you as a beneficiary, which, by the way, I've said this before in other videos, and this is just a crazy statistic in my opinion, but 11,000 people are becoming eligible for Social Security every single day and will be every single day for the next 3 years. To me, that's just nuts. I don't know. Something about that just really fascinates me because that just seems like a massive number every single day. Anyway, a lot of people are relying on these monthly benefits and relying on Social Security. Hey, Social Security, don't let us down now. Seriously, we're relying on you, especially during these tough financial times for everybody. Anyway, let's get into it and talk about the clarification. I will clarify and break down all these details out of the report here. So again, there's a lot of numbers here. There's a lot of different figures. Hopefully, I will explain this in such a way that makes sense and clarifies exactly what's going on, which, by the way, in order for them to do exactly what was highlighted and kind of sold to us in that initial report that came out, they would need to make some very important legal changes with Social Security, okay? The likelihood of them doing that, gee, I don't know, right? That'd be a big one right there, but again, I'll clarify exactly. Which, by the way, if you have not done so yet, can I ask a huge favor of you? Will you please make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button right down below the video, or if you happen to be new here, first off, welcome, and thank you so much for joining me. I truly do appreciate it. But yeah, I'm here for you in any way that I can be to answer questions, clarify everything going on, advocate on your behalf, watch the headlines, do all the research so you don't need to, and pointing on anything you can possibly grab or take advantage of, like money, benefits, checks, programs, stimulus, monthly checks, raises to benefits, anything like that. Again, breaking it all down for you here in this video. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Truly do appreciate it. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about all the details, which, by the way, I apologize if I sounded a little bit distracted there. I found a little something on my desk right now as I was just talking. My hands, I've like found these little crumbs or something. I don't know what it is, but I was just like, I was trying to talk and I found these as I was just kind of like feeling around, like, what is this? I don't know what it is. It feels like soap or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anyway, whatever that is. So if you can identify that, let me know. All right. Sorry. I know it's totally random, but I have no idea what this thing is. Anyway. All right, so let's quickly talk about what's going on here. So a few weeks ago, we got the details out of the Social Security Board of Trustees, right? This is a report that we get once per year. One time per year, we get this report out, and it gives us a glimpse into the finances of Social Security and the health of the program financially, right? What are we looking at as far as the insolvency thing? Remember, insolvency is this big deal, right? It's this, whoa, this big idea and this whole big thing coming out about Social Security and this, we got to get this big, this whole insolvency thing, we got to figure this out, otherwise we're going to lose benefits, right? Well, lawmakers are toying around with this idea. However, the original headlines that came out were suggesting that we're going to be seeing insolvency in 2035. Is that true? Well, possibly, maybe, if they make a major legal change with Social Security. Okay, so the original headlines that came out saying, it got pushed out, insolvency got pushed out until 2035. Yes, kind of, but let me clarify. So insolvency with the Old Age and Survivors Trust Fund, again, remember, there's a couple different trust funds, right? There's the Old Age and Survivors Trust Fund, and there's the Disability Trust Fund, two different trust funds, right? So depending on what type of benefit you receive, it's either coming out of the Old Age and Survivors Trust Fund, or it's coming out of the Disability Trust Fund, two different trust funds, okay? But when it comes down to the Old Age the old age and survivors trust fund, which is the one where the bulk of beneficiaries get their benefit from, is because there's like 64 something million retirees getting benefits, and there's about 9 million people getting disability benefits, okay? Give or take a little bit. Those are the numbers that I was looking at, okay? But my point is, the vast majority of people get benefits out of the retirement trust fund, right? The old age and survivors trust fund. That is the one that is still looking at insolvency in 2033. Wait, 2033? What do you mean? They said 2035. Well, let me explain, okay? This is where the confusion comes in. Now remember, if Social Security were actually to go insolvent in 2033, as that is the real year and the real dollar amount, or sorry, not the real dollar amount, the real year of insolvency, then benefits would only be payable at a pace of 79%. In other words, a 21% cut to benefits would happen in the event of insolvency in 2033. But wait, I'm still confused. I thought they said 2035 and that the benefits would be cut by 17% and making benefits payable at 83%, right? Totally confusing, right? Yeah, exactly. This is where the confusion is coming in. Now, here's what they would have to do legally, okay? So right now, Social Security trust funds, there's two, okay? The Old Age and Survivors Trust Fund and the Disability Trust Fund. They're two separate trust funds. Legally, they cannot be combined. However, how they come up with these numbers is if, hypothetically, if they were to come together and combine these two trust funds into one. They take all the money from both of these trust funds, they combine it together into one old big pile of cash, right? Trillions of dollars sitting there. Then we'd be looking at insolvency pushed out until 2035, and at that point, benefits would only be payable at a pace of 83% versus 79%, and benefits would be cut by 17% versus 21% for the Old Age and Survivors Trust Fund. Does that make sense? So that's why people were coming out, and me too. I'm not going to say other people. Me too. I was saying the same thing, okay? So they always give us the best case scenario. Now, this is if the trust funds were to be together, as in pushed together, okay? Not saying it can't be done. It certainly can be done. And again, it's not like this is, false information. It's what they reported. It's the information they gave us on this, okay? I'm just simply saying, this is how they give us the reporting on this thing, is they say, if we were to combine the two trust funds, now we'd be looking at an insolvency date of 2035, right? And again, I brought you that information in a separate video. Totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's reports all over the place saying this. However, if we look at the real big picture here, we see that real insolvency for the Old Age and Survivors Trust Fund is actually 2033, and at that time, benefits would be cut by 21%, making benefits only payable at a pace of 79%. However, the 2035 insolvency timeline comes in if they were to include both trust funds combined together, which legally they cannot do, right? So I'm just saying, that's what it comes down to. So I hope that clarifies it. But as of right now, Social Security, according to the annual Social Security Board of Trustees report, they're sitting on $2.788 trillion in the trust fund. It's a lot of money, right? I think all of us would be very happy with $2.788 trillion. I can tell you this much. You could not spend $2.788 trillion, okay? You could buy a continent with that amount of money, okay? You could buy like Australia with that, okay? Hey, Australia. I got $2.788 trillion. I just want to buy the whole, I was going to call it an island. Technically it's an island, right? But anyway, my point is you could buy massive amounts of stuff with that amount of money, okay? We individually could not spend that. It'd be like virtually impossible as an individual. Anyway, does that clarify it a little bit further here for you? So again, if you see any reports out there, or if you see my videos here saying 2035 is the new insolvency timeline, that's not totally false. In fact, it's not false. They would just have to jump through some legal hoops in order to get that done, and it can be done. It's just a matter of going through that. So that's what that comes down to, okay? Kind of clarify it? Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now. I don't really want to get into it any further. Well, it may just offer additional confusion on this, but I hope that clarifies it. Make sense? Anyway, hope this helps you. If you want me to come back and clarify further, please leave a comment, your question, feedback, anything like that down below in the comment section. I will do what I can for you here in these videos. Again, I've said it before. I just want to do what I can to help you out and better understand the situation that's going on right now. Otherwise, subscribe down below. It's totally free to do so. There's a big subscribe button down there. Share the video with your friends, family, social media. Again, a share button right down below as well, so they can also understand what is going on with Social Security and the health of this program financially. Otherwise, check out any of the other videos here on the channel, including those that I've linked down below in the description or the top of the comment section, the thousands in the video library, or those that you see popping up on your screen right now. Check out one of those. So go ahead and make your selection now. Enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one. Thanks so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later.